You guys know that Threads app? Yeah, it's like that weird app that Instagram owns, and some dude decided to basically be like, yo, you're not even that big kind of thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so part of this podcast, you guys, is the mindset behind most bodybuilders. So I'm going to get into that in a second, but understand this, you guys, no hate against them. I think they're, like, honestly hard workers, to say the least, but what I'm about to release a podcast on that you're about to hear is fixed mindset versus growth mindset. And the purpose for this introduction is to tell you right now, if you have limitations in your thinking about how the way you should train, it should just be like one category of fitness, then this podcast isn't for you. With that said, let's start the podcast, you guys. You are listening to the Masculine Mindset Show, a podcast for men to develop a backbone, a masculine purpose, if you will, and get more physically attractive, and even become more mentally healthy. All you men listening, I turn nice introverts into fit, self-entitled savages, if you will. And you might even become a little cocky as a result of your G status. More importantly, you guys, I also show you how to flirt and date more women and seal the deal. Just look at the show notes. They are all on my blog articles. Let's get into the content. For those of you who know by now, I am a DS Labs ambassador that is Bucked Up. I do promote Bucked Up. However, this is a big announcement to all of my fitness fans right now. Listen to me, okay? I just launched a new program. However, this is not like something you can get easily. Okay, so let me tell you guys something real quick. You need to complete the full 14-day challenge in order to basically graduate to this particular program. Because listen to me, you guys, but I want to make myself very clear right now. To be clear with you, you need to know what you're getting into. That's why I have you fill out a PAR-Q intake form before you even start the free 14 days. But lastly, you guys, more importantly, before I even get into the content, just understand this. This is a German volume training program that I took all of my classmates through. That means, do me a favor and start focusing on lifting more, because the German volume training program is not for beginners. You need to complete the full 14 days in order to qualify. All right, let's get into the content. I'm back with a mindset podcast. Now, I really have to tell you all something. I'm most definitely targeting this towards bodybuilders today. Now, no hate. Really have to make that clear. No hate. Some of my best friends are bodybuilders, but some bodybuilders also have like a strong fixed mindset. So I'm going to address that today. First and foremost, you guys, please leave me a 5-star review. I would appreciate that before getting started. And really, the whole story behind this podcast today is part of what you heard. Like, I mean, look, let's face it. Some guys are they are challenged by someone who posts something like quote unquote non-binary, and that challenges their worldview, and I just find it like kind of humorous to me that this guy reposted my, like, he has a lot of followers, you guys, but he reposted my Threads post, and he literally said this is so cringe that my chin just got abs, or something like that. Like, it was like my chin just got abs that I cringed so much, or something like that. It's like, okay, dude, like, what's your deal? What? I just don't understand some guys and why they think that it's like such a threat to them that I made a post about combining German volume training with conditioning, athletic conditioning. Because, guys, I'm going to be for real with you. Like, my German volume training program, which I've had several people go through already, it's kind of funny to me, but, like, if you are listening right now, if any of you guys that actually came across my Threads post and you made this post, right? If you made this post and you're listening to this, I've had several people tell me that my Dream and Volume Training program is top notch. And honestly, if you think that is like a post that you got a good laugh out of, that's your opinion. And honestly, I said this a million times already. I don't give a shit what most people think of me. But the only reason I'm laughing behind this whole entire story is because, guys, I'm technically getting negative press right now, which is kind of funny to me because even though I got some negative press from a few quote-unquote bodybuilders that want to stay within their training range, that's like, why did you take your time out of your day to do that? What motivated you to do that? That's my question if you came across my podcast. So, any of you bodybuilders that did come across my Threads posts, basically about how you can combine Dream and Volume training with athletic training, my question to you is, what made you want to take my profile and share it with all of your people? Because that doesn't really matter to me. Like, you can share that to your profile and think that you're getting a good laugh out of my post, but honestly, I just take it as a compliment. Like, you just gave me free press, by the way. Negative press isn't bad press, but it's like, what is your motivation behind doing that? Like, that's my real question to any of you that really did that. But that's neither here nor there. I just want, look, honestly, I'm going to be familiar with you. I do know the reason that most bodybuilders do this, okay? And I'm making a generalization right now, so stay with me. The reason bodybuilders do this is because they train one-dimensional. And I actually did a podcast, it was more for dating, but you shouldn't be one-dimensional, you guys. This does apply to fitness. You need to have versatility in your training style. Like, you can't just do the same movements your entire life. So any of you bodybuilders listening, no hate, but it's good to have conditioning workouts. Like, since when is it a bad thing to train your heart rate? The tangent behind this is mindset. It's mindset. It comes down to your mindset. So that's the story, right? That's kind of like the really strange story behind this podcast today. And to really give you guys a definition of what a fixed mindset is, I'm gonna get into what a fixed mindset really is. Okay, a fixed mindset says this: it is a belief that our intelligence, abilities, and talents are set in stone from birth. Fixed mindset people often think that they are either naturally good at something or they are not, and no amount of effort can change that. This perspective can lead to a fear of failure, as any setback is seen as a reflection of their own inherent limitations. For instance, someone with a fixed mindset might avoid trying new things or taking on challenges because they worry about exposing their perceived weaknesses. So, I'm going to admit to you all something. This is the one weakness I will fess up to. I am extremely stubborn when it comes to working out. Sometimes people can even, they will try to get me to do other things other than going to the gym or even anything related to fitness. They see that I'm not going to change my routine to accommodate anyone. Okay? That is a weakness, you guys. Why do I say that? It's because stubbornness is, technically speaking, frowned upon. I did do a very early podcast on healthy stubbornness. And in my opinion, that was one of the most intense podcasts that I released. So you guys thought that How to Train Like a Psychopath was intense. Just wait till you hear that one. But the tangent behind that, you guys, is this. Stubborn frames are not strong frames. I want to say that one more time because that's so profound. Stubborn frames are not strong frames, okay? A strong frame, you guys, this is a brief tangent on frame control. A strong frame is open-minded, okay? A weak frame is closed-minded, meaning you won't let anyone try to, like, basically get into your frame of mind. Look, you guys, the whole tangent behind that comment is this. You can't just shut people out. Listen to me, you guys. I've learned this the hard way in dating. I've caged up my heart. There's a story on this. Just check out the Ask Women podcast. But the thing of it is, you guys, is I have been working on being more, quote unquote, freely expressive, as one would say, right? Yeah, freely expressive. Now, that's honestly something that I have to work on, even though I was talking about fitness starting out. But the tangent is this, you guys. A fixed mindset is you believe you're set in your ways. You have limitations and you can't grow. Now, a growth mindset, you guys, are you listening? Stay with me. Okay? This is a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that our intelligence, abilities, and talents can be developed through dedication and hard work. Growth-minded people see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than threats to their own self-esteem. Embracing a growth mindset means understanding that effort and persistence are key to improvement. For example, someone with a growth mindset might tackle a difficult project with enthusiasm, viewing any mistakes along the way as valuable learning experiences. Okay? Now, some of you guys might think, well, wait, Adam, then that means these bodybuilders do have a growth mindset that you were talking about earlier. Guys, for the most part, most people have a growth mindset, but they have elements of fixed abilities, okay? You, the listener, if you came across my podcast, you have a growth mindset. But the problem is your ego is what gets in the way of having a growth mindset, okay? And that right there is why I have to do like a call out to these guys who commented on my Threads post. Because honestly, if you really had a growth mindset, which I know you do if you're into fitness, the fact that you actually took your time out of your day to do negative press to my profile tells me that you have elements of a very strong fixed mindset. So, what's the moral of the story, you guys? You have to work on not doing internet trolling. I'm going to tell you the benefits of a growth mindset, all right? These are the benefits of a growth mindset. Adopting a growth mindset can have numerous benefits, including increased motivation, resilience, and a love for learning. When we believe that our abilities can be developed, we are more likely to take on challenges, learn from failures, and persist in the face of obstacles. A growth mindset also fosters a sense of curiosity, creativity, and innovation, leading to greater personal and professional growth. Moreover, a growth mindset can help us develop a more positive and optimistic outlook on life, leading to greater overall well-being. Embracing a growth mindset means seeing every experience as a chance to grow and improve, which can transform our approach to both personal and professional endeavors. Now, what was the tangent behind that? That's right. Guys, listen to me. I want to circle back to the original story to wrap up this podcast. If you want to have a growth mindset, here's what I suggest you do. Check out my book, Become the Alpha Women Want, in the show notes. And do the high status growth mindset ritual. Now, guys, listen to me. I want you to work on like not trolling people from that story that I told a little bit ago. But understand this, you guys. I'm not posting this podcast to basically be like, yo, this is an example of what you don't do. No, that's not my aim for this podcast. My aim for this podcast is to educate you guys on why you need to not have a fixed mindset. Because a fixed mindset, you guys, a fixed mindset can literally inhibit you from seeing progress in any area of your life. And not to mention, I don't want my listeners to do what these negative guys did on Threads. Okay? Now, I appreciate you guys listening. Please leave me a 5-star review. And honestly, if you have any negative thing to say about my podcast, then don't say it. Because honestly, if you take your time to make a negative review out of your day, then honestly, you shouldn't be putting up reviews on podcasts. Peace out, you guys. I love you.